Hey Unity devs, welcome back to the series C# for Unity from beginner to pro. In this episode, we are diving deep into a fundamental building block of all programming languages, operators. Operators help us perform calculations, comparisons, logic check, assignment, and much more. Okay, whether you are calculating health, comparing score, or building complex gameplay mechanics, operators are everywhere. In this tutorial, we will cover all the operators: arithmetic, assignment, comparison, logical, unary, bitwise, with proper example. So grab a notebook and let's start mastering C# operators. So yeah, let's start with our first operator, which is an arithmetic operator. Arithmetic operators are used to perform mathematical operations on operand. Here, operand means variables or values. Okay, so with the help of arithmetic operators, we can like perform operations like addition, subtraction, division, multiplication, and getting reminders. Now, let's see a quick example of arithmetic operator. So here, what we will do, we will create two int type of variables, and we will store random values in it into be equal to like 5. Okay, and inside void start, what we will do, we will just print a plus b. Okay, so here plus is an arithmetic operator which performs addition. Okay, which performs addition. And here let's also write subtraction, print a minus b. Okay, so here minus performs subtraction. These are same like we use in maths. Okay, print. Now we will do multiplication, asterisk. For multiplication we use asterisk. Okay, here it will perform multiplication. Now print a divided by b. Okay, this slash is forward slash is used for division. Okay, now we will use like we will get modulus or reminder a mod by b. Okay, mod. Okay, so now here as you can see, we have declared two variables of int type, and we have stored value like 10 in a, and in b we stored 5. Okay, if you don't know about these data types, just make sure to watch our previous videos, or if you don't know about variables, just make sure to watch our previous videos. Okay, so now here inside print, what we are doing, we are adding a into b. It means a is 10 and b is 5, so our output will be 15. Here we are subtracting a from b. Here our output will be 5. Okay, and so on for other things. Okay, so now let's quickly see what we get in the output. Let's clear the console. Okay, so now here as you can see, we have got 15, 5, multiplication 50, like division 2, and modulus 0. Okay, now okay, for division, okay, this division acts differently for floating data type and for int data type. Okay, like it acts differently for whole numbers and floating numbers, same as maths. Okay, so let's use float instead of int. Okay, we will use 2.8f, and here for b we will use 2.2f. Okay, now let's just quickly remove our other operations, and yeah, let's keep only division. And now let's go to unity and hit play. Okay, so as you can see, we have got our floating numbers. Okay, so because we have used floating data type, that's the reason we have got our floating output. Okay, floating number output. So now let's move on to the assignment operator. Okay, assignment operator are simple. They just assigns the like right hand side value to the left hand side variables. Here as you can see, we have added 2.2f into b. Okay, so here equal to is known as assignment operator. It just assigns the right hand side value to the left hand side variables. And here inside assignment there is also one more type which is known as compound assignment. What is compound assignment? Compound assignment operator provides us a shortcut that lets you update the value of a variable in a simple way. Instead of writing a long expression, you can combine operations and assign into one. Okay, so here what we will do, we will add 2 into our a variable. Okay, so a equal to a plus 2. Okay, this is a long way. Okay, like we are first like our we are calling our variable, then we are using equal to sign, which is assignment operator, and then what we are doing, we are again calling our a variable, and then we are performing arithmetic operation on it and storing 2, like adding 2 in it. Okay, so instead of doing this with the help of compound assignment operator, what we can do is we can directly say like a plus equal to 2. So what this will do, this will perform operation of addition, sorry, this will perform operation of addition, and it will also assign the value. Okay, so here it does the addition and the assignment in the one step. Okay, and here we are making the expression more longer. Okay, yeah, so this was about compound assignment operator, and here we can do all the tasks which are included in arithmetic operations, like we can add, subtract, okay, and do multiplication also, and also division and etc, and also modulus. Okay, in the same way as we done for addition. Okay, so yeah, I hope so you understood about compound assignment operator. Now let's move on to our next operator. Now our next operator is comparison operator. So what is comparison operator? Comparison operator are used to compare two values and return a boolean result. Okay, that's either true or false. So for example, is the player health greater than 0? If yes, keep them alive. If not, it's game over. Okay, so there are several types in our comparison operator. So first one, let's understand the types and then we will move on to the example. Okay, so first one is equal to equal to. This is known as equality. Okay, equality. Okay, this checks whether the variables or whatever values we are comparing are equal. Okay, then this will return true. Okay, then there is not equal to. Okay, so here exclamatory mark means not. Okay, and equal to means equal to. Okay, this like reverses. Okay, like this checks if lives is not equal to 0, then do this. Okay, we will see examples, don't worry. So this is not known as not equal to. Here we have one greater than. Okay, this is known as greater than. Okay, so this checks whether the operator, or okay, sorry, this checks whether the variable which is present at okay, so a greater than b. Okay, so here this is checking that if our a is greater than b. Okay, now here like a less than b. Okay, so this is known as less than. Okay, so this is checking whether our a is less than b. Okay, and do something. Okay, after that, and here we also have greater than equal to. Okay, this is known as greater than equal to. Okay, so this checks whether our a is greater than or equal to b. Okay, so now there is one more, less than equal to. Okay, this is known as less than equal to. Okay, so this checks whether our a is less than or equal to b. Okay, now let's see some examples. Okay, and also one thing, like here, let me explain you about this greater than and less than equal to. So here see, if a is greater than equal to b. Okay, here what's happening is, if, let me just zoom in little bit. Okay, so here what's happening is, if our a is greater is greater than b, then the only first condition like greater than will be checked. If our A is not greater than B but equal to B, then the second condition, okay, second condition will be like true. Like here what's happening, first, okay, if this like A is greater than B, then this equal to will be skipped. And if our A is not greater than B, then this equal to will play its role, okay. And same for less than equal to. Okay, I hope so you understand. If you have any doubts or etc, you can just comment below. So now let's see some examples. So here let's remove these lines. And yeah, so here what we will do, int player health equal to 100. Okay, now what we will do, inside word start, we'll like if check our player health is like less than or equal to 0, and we will execute like print, okay, player is, okay, player died. Okay, so now here what's happening is, here we have declared int type of variable which is player health, and we have stored equal to 100 in it. Okay, then what we are checking inside if block. If you don't know what if and other decision making statement or looping statement, just make sure to watch our previous video. You will understand about these like decision making or looping statements. Okay, so here what's happening is, inside if we are checking if our player health is less than, okay, or equal to 0, then player died. Okay, so here our player health is 100. So here what's happening, our player health is not equal to 0, okay, not less than 0 and also not equal to 0. So this block will not get printed. So let's see what's happened. Okay, just a minute. I'm really sorry. I just gave space between that. Spaces are not allowed while checking this. Okay, now let's see what happens. Let this compile. Why this is taking long? Yeah, so here let's just hit play and see what happens. So here, as you can see, we haven't got any output on the console. But now what we will do, we will just make our player health from 100 to 0. Okay, now as our player health is 0, it means it is equal to 0. Okay, so now this line will get printed. Okay, so let's see what happens. Okay, let's clear the console and yeah, hit play. So here, as you can see, we have got our output. Okay, now let's see another example. Here what we will do, we will create new variables. Int player score is equal to like 2000. Int required score, okay, required score equal to 2000. Okay, we will make our player score 2500. Okay, now inside if block, what we will do, we will like check whether our player score is greater than equal to required score or not, to unlock the further levels or maybe any other logic. Okay, so here what we will do, player score is greater than equal to like required score. Okay, then what we will print here, we will just print, okay, we'll just print like level unlocked. Okay, so here what we have done is, we have like made or created two variables of int type. One is player score and one is required score. Okay, so here inside player score we have stored 2500 as an value, like this is our current player score. And here inside required score, we have set a required score, okay, which player needs in order to proceed to further logic or to unlock levels. Okay, So this is our required score to unlock maybe levels. Okay, and here inside word start, what we are checking, we have gave one condition here. Okay, we are checking if our player score is greater than or equal to required score. Okay, so here our player score is 2500 and our required score is 2000. So our player score is greater than required score, so this block will get true, and then our printing statement will just get printed. Okay, so we will get lever unlocked as an output. So let's see what happens. Let's hit play. Okay, as you can see, we have got our output as level unlocked. Okay, now what if our player score is 2000? What do you think? What will happen? Okay, so here our player score is 2000 and required score is 2000, and we are checking whether our player score is greater than or equal to, okay, or equal to required score. So here greater than will get like false or skipped because our player score is not greater than required score, but our player score is equal to required score, so this block will get executed. So let's see what happens. See, as you can see, we have got our output as level unlocked. Okay, okay, so this was all for like comparison operator. Now we will move on to our next operator, and these operators are really simple. Our operators are really simple, but though if you have any doubt, you can just ask in comment section. Okay, and these operators are really simple, but they are also really like important to understand properly. Okay, so yeah, if you have any doubts, you can freely ask in comment section, or you can just go to my Instagram and like DM me there. I am ready to answer your all questions. Okay, so now let's understand about logical operators. So logical operators are used to combine multiple conditions in a program. In Unity C Sharp, logical operators allow your script to make decisions based on more than one condition at once. Okay, there are three main logical operators in Unity. Those are logical and, logical or, and logical not. Okay, so what are the use cases? Okay, so we can use it for like checking if a player is on the ground and pressing jump button to allow a jump, or detect if enemy health is low or enemy sees the player to trigger running away. Okay, and check if a door is not locked to allow it open, like multiple conditions. Okay, so here let's see a quick example, but before that let's quickly understand like what are the symbols of logical and, logical or, and etc. Okay, so here this is known as logical and. Okay, this like pipeline symbol, this is known as logical or. Okay, and here this is known as, like there is also one more which is known as logical not. Okay, so logical not is just exclamatory mark, this is known as logical not. Okay, so now let's see examples. Let's remove this previous code. Okay, so now let's see a quick example. Here what we will do, we will just like set two boolean variables, boolean bool. Okay, bool is grounded equal to true. Okay, and here what we will do, bool is pressing equal to true. Okay, inside word start, what we will do, inside word start we will like check condition, multiple condition. Okay, if is grounded and is pressing jump. Okay, and then we will open the curly braces. Okay, here I have just done a spelling mistake. Okay, yeah, so here what we will do, we will just print player will jump. Okay, and here what's happening is, here we have created two boolean variables. and both are true. Okay, one is grounded and one is pressing jump. So here what we are checking, if is grounded and is pressing jump both are true, okay, both are true, then only execute the block. Okay, now let's see what happens. So here as you can see both are true and the block will get executed and we will get player will jump. Let's clear the console. Yeah, hit play. As you can see we have got our output as player will jump. Okay, so now what we will do, we will just make one condition to false. Okay, now let's see what happens. As here we are checking is grounded and is pressing jump both, when the both are true then only the block will get executed, but here is grounded is false. Okay, so this will not get executed. Okay, so how does and operator, like and operator work? Okay, so whenever only both the conditions are true then only it gets executed. Okay, so whenever both the conditions are true, then only the block will get executed, else it will be skipped. Okay, so here as you can see one condition is false, so this block will not get executed. Okay, so as you can see we haven't got any output. So what if we want to like execute a block when any one of these conditions are true? Okay, here comes in our OR operator. Okay, logical OR operator. So here logical OR gets executed whenever any one of the condition is true. Okay, so here as you can see our is grounded is false and is pressing jump is true, and here what we are checking is grounded or is pressing jump. If any one of this is true, execute this block. Okay, so let's see what happens. Let's clear the console and hit play. As you can see we have got our output, but what if both the conditions are false? Okay, let's also make this condition false. So here logical OR requires any one of the condition to be true in order to execute this block. But here both the conditions are false, and in this case we will not get any kind of output. So let's see what happens. Let's clear the console and hit play. So as you can see both the conditions were false and we haven't got any output on the console. So now let's move on to our like third operator, which is not logical operator. So here let's remove. Okay, let's keep this only, this example only. Let me explain you on top of this. So here let's remove this or and this. Okay, so here as you can see our is grounded is false. Let's remove this boolean. So here as you can see our is grounded is false, and as is grounded is false, this block will not get executed. Okay, but what if I want to reverse the condition? Okay, so I here comes the not operator. Okay, so not like converts true to false and false to true. It reverses the like it reverses the value of boolean like boolean values. Okay, so here like our is grounded is false and we are using not is grounded, means this will reverse. Okay, and we will get our output. So let's see what happens. Let's hit play. As you can see we have got our output, player will jump. Okay, I hope so you understood this logical operators, and yeah, if you have any doubts, you can just ask me in comment section. Now let's move on to our next operator. Okay. Now we will move on to unary operators. Unary operators are operators that operate only on one operand. I have told you what operand is. Operand means variable or value. In Unity C# script, there are commonly these are commonly used. Okay, so increment and decrement, like for our looping statements, we use increment decrement to like update or for to perform updation. Okay, so we will see only two types of unary operator, and those are plus plus, which is known as increment, and minus minus, which is known as decrement. Okay, decrement. There are two more, which is okay. Sorry, there are two more which are known as unary plus and this is known as unary negation. Okay, but we don't use these two. Okay, these are very rarely used, so we will not cover these two because we don't use this much. Like these are very rarely used. Okay, but these two here, increment and decrement, these are regularly used to update our loops. Okay, so now let's move on and see some examples. Let's cut this. Yeah. So now what we will do, we will declare one int type of variable, int. I'm really sorry. Yeah. So here what we will do, int a is equal to 10. Okay. And here let's remove this if and so. Okay. Here what we will do, we will do a plus plus, and here we will print a. Okay. So here this increment operator, this increments our variable value by 1. Okay, so this increment just increments our variable value by 1. Okay, and if we are currently writing this inside start, so this will just increment our variable value once. Okay, so let's see what happens. But if we write this inside update, like this will run every frame. Okay, as you know, update runs every frame and our variable value will continuously like increase. Okay, you will also see that. But currently just see what we will get on the console. Let's clear our console and hit play. Okay, so as you can see, our variable have got incremented by 1. Okay, it was 10 and here it is 11. Okay, so now let's stop this and here. Okay, so now what we will do, we will write this inside void update and see what happens. Okay, so what we'll do, a plus plus, we'll here print a, and let's just comment this out for now. Okay, okay, let's clear the console and hit play and let's see what happens. So as you know, update just continuously execute. Okay, so as you can see, our variable is continuously being updated. Okay, so let's stop and clear the console. Now let's move on to our decrement operator. Let's uncomment this. So here what we will do, instead of plus plus, we will use minus minus. Okay, so here it is same. Okay, like decrease. So decrement operator just decreases our variable value by 1. Okay, so now our variable is 10 and inside void start, when void start get executed, okay, our a will get like subtracted by 1. Okay, it will turn to 9 and we will get 9 as output. So let's see what happens. So let's hit play and see what happens. So here, as you can see, we have got our output as 9. Okay. Yeah. So this was about increment and decrement. And yeah, I hope so you understood about this. Okay. And if you have any questions, you are free to like comment below, and I am there to answer all your questions. Okay. So this was all for the operators. We have covered all the basic to advanced topics on the operators. Like we have covered all the operators. And yeah, like if you like the video, please make sure to subscribe the channel and also hit that like button. And also, if you have any doubts, just go to comment section and type your whole doubts. I'm there to help you. Okay. And yeah, please make sure to like, comment or interact with the video. It helps a lot in order to boost the channel. Okay. And also make sure to like check out our Instagram. Okay. And yeah, thanks a lot for watching, guys. Bye bye.